we are discussing some business terminology. I don't know whether you have come across this business terminology or not. That is called as a 10x rule, right? So, have you heard about that 10x rule? Not heard. So this is very famous and very old rule in a business. So generally 10x rule applies to basically for a manufacturer, but it applies all business people, right? Now what is 10x rule? So we'll discuss this concept with reference to the manufacturer. We'll discuss this concept with reference to the manufacturer, but it applies to us also. This applies to us also. That's why I'm discussing this with you, right? Now, manufacturer of product. So I'll use the word product manufacturer, right? So, see, if I talk about product manufacturer, then how do we start the journey of manufacturing the product? That is all another discussion. So generally what happens, number one is conceptualization. Based on that we decide specifications of the product. Based on that we finalize specifications of product, right? Then next is you design a product on paper, right? So that is called as a block diagram preparation. Block diagram preparation. Then you identify that what are the components you are going to use in the product. You identify from a block diagram, you identify that what will be the components used in a product. The next step is, once you identify the component, that these are the list of the component which will be used in the product, you order for the component. But before that, before ordering the component, we need to have a schematic design. And simultaneously we need to have a simulations. Right? So this is a different, it requires separate discussion for that. What is a simulation and what is emulation? That is a two different words, right? So in a simulation we check that whether it works as per our logic in a computer or not. So there are many simulation softwares are available in which we connect the component. I am talking about electronic circuits, and then we test in a software that whether it is performing as per our requirement or not, right? So this is what we call as a simulation. Now after that it goes to the PCB designing. And then there is a firmware writing. That is what we call as a programming. And after that there is the integration of this thing. This is called as a hardware plus software integration. And after that, whatever product is being prepared, which we call as a prototype. And prototype is a single thing, but generally we make some specific lot of the product. So let's say 10 product or 20 products, right? So let us say we make a 20 products initially. So that is called as a pilot lot of production. We call as a pilot lot of production. Clear? Then after it goes to the testing, that is called as a verification and validation, which is called as a verification and validation. This, see, in order to understand all this thing, it requires another 1 hour. I'm just giving you the overview. What is verification, what is validation, what is simulation, what is emulation, right? All this, in order to understand, we require another half an hour, but I'm not covering that part. Okay, we are interested in understanding the 10x rule. So once this verification and validation is completed, and the product is working as per the specification, then it goes into the manufacturing, After manufacturing, it goes into QA/QC, and then it goes to the dispatch. Right? So it's not as easy as you think that we can start a company and we can build a product and we can start a business. It's not as everybody's cup of tea. It requires a lot of teamwork. It's not like one person can do all the things. Right? Okay. Now, forget about all these things. This is just to give you the overview about the product manufacturing process. This is called as a product manufacturing process. Now what is 10x rule? Now we have first identified the specifications. So we have fixed the specifications. After fixing, we have prepared the block diagram. No issues. Then we have ordered the component. That let us order the component. We have designed the schematic and we have tested in the simulation. Then we have designed the PCB. Right? After designing the PCB, you are writing the firmware. So you are trying to integrate this thing. Now this is very crucial stage for the developer. This is very crucial stage for the developer. Now in that case, if developer works smartly in the sense in order to cheat the company, then it costs a lot to the company. Because see, owner of the company is not going to check each and everything. Right? So developer can cheat to anybody. Even he can cheat to his superior also by hiding something. Right? So generally it does not happen, but he can, or by mistake this may happen. Not intentionally, but by mistake also this can happen. So this is very crucial stage wherein you can have a chance of error in the product. There is a chance of error in the product. Okay. Now this is the stage where there is a probability of having a bug in the product. There is a probability of occurring the bug in the product. Now if you realize that there is a bug in the product at this stage, if you realize, you means developer will realize that there is a bug in the product, then what will happen? The whole cycle must be repeated. The whole cycle must be repeated. Again you have to redesign the PCB, again you have to connect the component, you have to rewrite the software, right? So it will add additional cost to the company. It will add additional cost to the company because it will delay the production, as well as it is adding the extra cost of component as well as
design.
Right? Now let us assume that cost to the company is 1 rupees. Let us assume that cost of the company is 1 rupees. Right? So whether company will happy to pay 1 rupees at this stage or not, it is company's decision. Right? So we should not neglect this cost. Company should happily accept, and they should ready to bear this cost. Company should ready to bear this cost. Forget about whoever is the mistake. It's not a blame game. Accept it and try to
Resolve.
rectify. Okay. By chance, if you have not rectified at this stage, and product goes to here, product goes to testing, they have identified that there is a bug, so they will identify, they will test each and everything. They have identified that there is a bug, so they will immediately report there is a bug. Now again decision is management's decision. Now what to do? Right? Now if management has to rectify at this stage, the cost to the company is 10 rupees. Cost to the company is 10 rupees. So it is 10 times. Okay, company says that okay, leave it, it's not a big problem. देखा जाएगा. We'll see later on. Right? Okay. Then they have, if company neglects the problem over here, then it goes to the manufacturer. Right? So order comes, company manufactures the lot of the product. Right? 100, 200, 300 pieces, maybe 1000 pieces. Right? Now there is a problem. Manufacturing people also test the product. They also report the problem. They also come to know that there is a problem, and they also report to the company. But again, company says, forget it. I want to deliver the product on 1st January. So you do. Forget about all this thing. I want to deliver. So they are in very hurry because another competitor is there in the market who has already launched the product. Right? Now again they have neglected. So finally in QA and QC again the same bug is reported and company has neglected. Right? Okay. So from here company wants to rectify, they have to pay 10 rupees. Okay, from here this bug is identified and company wants to rectify. Right? Now in that case, what will be the cost to the company?
100.
100 rupees. So cost to the company will be
100.
100 rupees. Okay, fine. Here 1 rupees. Here if company want to rectify, the cost to the company will be 10. Again it will be 10 times, so 100 rupees. No issues. Company says no, you give it to the customer, we'll see. Whatever happens, we'll see. Right? Then what happens? The product goes into the... Where the product goes?
To the consumer.
Not to the consumer. It goes to the
Market. Dealer.
Right? Right now it goes to the
Dealer.
Dealer also are smart. They are smart people. They have also come to know that there is a problem in the product. So what do? They report to the
company
that there is a problem in your,
product.
or you can say there is a bug in your product. Now what company will do? They have two options. They'll say that okay, give my all the products back. We will rectify and then we'll give it back to you. One option. Otherwise, what they'll say, you sell it. Don't worry about it. We are here. We'll give all the support to you. Right? But if company has decided that okay, there is a problem at dealer's end, stop it. Give all the material back. We will rectify. Then again they have to pay 10 times more cost to the company. It is 10 times more cost. So instead of 100, now what is the cost to the company?
1,000.
1,000. Right? Okay, company has neglected this thing because 1,000, 10 times more cost. It's a big loss to the company. So what next? Okay, let us sell in the market. We'll see whatever problem comes. Then product goes to the customer, end user, right? Once the product goes to the customer, end user, it will make disaster. Once it will go to the customer, it will make a disaster, right? Because they are the end user and they are our God. Customer is our God. As a company, they are our God. If they'll say that this product is not as per specification, not performing as per specification, and it is having a problem, then company has a two choice. Either they have to take back product from the customer and give the
Replacement.
Then again, this will cost another 10 times. So you can say that
10,000.
10,000 times cost. It will be
10,000.
10,000 times cost. I'm just talking about cost. What about ruin name? Your brand value is deteriorated in this case. I don't know whether you have heard about some of the cases in automobile industries wherein some of the cars they get back from the customers.
Yes.
I don't know. I think one of from Maruti Suzuki was there. I think it was I don't remember exact model, but there was some model in Maruti Suzuki wherein it fails in a particular test. I think crash test or something was that right, and they have to that lot of the production they have get back from the customers, right? So it is a huge loss. First is financial loss and second is
Name.
brand,
Company name.
right? It's a goodwill. So we have to be very cautious when something gets out of this office. You should be very cautious. You should taste it the way you know. You should first taste it the way you know. Way the instructions are given in the manual. If it is not performing, immediately report to the higher authority. This can be bad. This cannot be bad. You getting my point or not?
Yes.
So this is called as a
10x.
10x rule. This is very famous rule. I don't know why you have not heard about this. It's a very old theory in
Business.
business. Right? So you should be very cautious when something get out of this premises. Whatever it is, even if it is small moisture meter or whether it's a big FTIR, you should be thorough. Otherwise, it will cost us like anything. Clear?